Welcome guys to our Sony Reacts video here on youtube.com/Improv Gaming. As always, I'm joined with the two coolest guys in gaming. First, to my right, he's only the biggest Zelda fan in the world. Don't believe me, he's got the Triforce on his arm, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jeremy Berg.
How we doing? Late night conference, guys? It's been an interesting one.
Yes, it has. To my left, he only has the most fabulous ponytail in the business. And he only does everything.
Yeah.
Mr. Nicholas.
How's it going tonight, everybody?
We also have our returning fans. First, Mr. Joe Rush.
What's up, guys?
And Miss Christine.
Hey.
And I cannot wait to talk about this.
Oh, it's a doozy.
And of course, I'm Pete. You know, you already know that. Let's kick it off. Sony, I think before we even get to the heart of the matter, Sony dropped the ball.
Oh, man.
Dropped the ball and deflated it.
They started off strong. They
Yeah.
did. They had some good things going for them. Last Guardians, that new
Horizon.
IP Horizon looked really good.
Yeah.
Although I would like to say that technically I was right and that they were gonna announce a Turok because that was a Turok.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm saying it. That was a Turok.
Well,
So
you know, when Uncharted crashed, I thought, Crash Bandicoot.
God.
The return of Crash Bandicoot. But let's get in right away. They begin and they open surprisingly, because I wasn't expecting this, The Last Guardian. I mean, you saw it many E3s ago. There was rumors it was going to be completely different boy, different animal, different look, but it looked, as I remember how it did. The demo was interesting, you know. I don't know if I'm going to go up and crazy about this game, but I don't know. It's coming out 2016. What are your guys' thoughts on The Last Guardian?
it looks good. It looks good. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's just a very, very beautifully done game, from what I could tell. What I could tell, in that. But besides that, I think that's pretty much all the aesthetic. That's all you're gonna get out of The Last Guardian. Besides,
Until next E3.
yeah.
Yeah, when they finally release it.
What are your guys' thoughts on The Last Guardian?
I like the graphics, how like you have the creature, which is like a fully animated creature, and the kid looks kind of cartoony-ish. I kind of like the little mixture of the two. That's what really caught my eye.
Remind me a little bit of a Shadow of the Colossus when
That-
you're climbing up the little bird flying tail wagon piece of crap.
Yeah.
So, what was your thoughts on it, Joe?
It's not a game I'm gonna buy, but you know,
Straight to the point.
there's a lot of games that I'm not gonna buy. So
Oh, it's the truth.
And Christine.
I hated it. Hated it with a
Ooh.
passion. I wanted the kid to die. The whole gameplay to me seemed stupid because why wouldn't you just climb on the freaking little bird dog thing since he had wings and
Yeah,
avoid all the
fly.
climbing altogether? It just didn't make sense.
But
It was
the
a
wings-
horrible way for them to start the press conference after the guy rambled on for like 5 minutes for like no reason. I should have known in the beginning that we were not headed for green pastures, but
Am I the only one who thinks the thing looks like Valgor? It looks like, I literally was like, you gotta be kidding me.
I mean, I just got deja vu with all this, but yeah, The Last Guardian.
is that how you would open Sony?
Well, they did make the fans happy. We're finally
Yeah,
like releasing
people were
it.
waiting for it.
10 years they've been
Yeah.
waiting for that game. So.
But I don't.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be in the press conference, but I didn't expect it to open.
Like, think of all the other stuff that opened the other press conferences. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, this is what you went
yeah, they
with.
probably
Like,
should have led with Street Fighter or something.
yeah,
Like
something
Even-
where, you know, even if people were waiting for this, it wasn't.
that. Yeah, them waiting an extra 10 minutes in the press conference.
Yeah,
is gonna kill
exactly.
But, you know, that goes into something where a new IP, Guerrilla Games, which did the Shadowfall Killzone, for many people, very good game. Man vs. Machine, it's called Horizon Zero Dawn. Zero Dawn.
it looks very interesting to me. I like the concept of how you have you have the hybrids walk around, yet you're using a freaking bow and arrow and like a
Yeah.
sword to kill them. I think I've always been a
Little
fan of that
spear.
concept.
Well, yeah, you're a hunter in it.
Yeah.
Which is really nice because you have to go about things in a tactful way, like the way that she was going
Yeah.
through the bushes, and then she took down the one animal quietly, and then she was able to gather a bunch of animals around her that wore out the big like T-Rex with no arms.
Yeah.
So it was interesting.
I guess you can say that one's not unstoppable.
Definitely, I think it was definitely the best they had. I think it was interesting. It was a new IP. I like Guerrilla Games. Definitely to keep your eye on it.
Most interesting, maybe not best, but most intriguing.
Yeah, best. Definitely, I would like to see what comes out of it. Joseph,
I wasn't against it. I mean, there were some cool aspects to it.
would you play it over The Last Guardian?
Yeah, I played over the last one. Again, we're picking and choosing, so I'm probably not saying much, but it's a game I consider.
This is my thing. I think the concept is very interesting, where it's kind of, it looks like it's set in the past, but really it's the future and the machines. Cool, but they tagged it as the next franchise. That to me is a bold statement. This is not looking like franchise material. That's just me. But I would definitely play it over The Last Guardian any day of the week.
That's a good valid point. I like that.
When he said next friend, I was like, I don't know if I'd say that.
It's basically the saying of don't show off if you can't back it
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel like they backed it up.
I think it was good for what it was. No release date. They gave a taste. They needed to give a taste. They then move on to Square Enix, and they announced Hitman, which I'm surprised that Square Enix tomorrow with their press conference wasn't gonna hold on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a ball drop.
I mean, the beta's coming first to PS4. When you pre-order it for PS4, you get 6 exclusive contracts for it. You know, cool stuff. Trying to promote. You know, because Xbox likes to do get this first. So now PlayStation's doing it, and they're forgetting who they are in a way with doing all this stuff. They're just saying, oh, you know, here's another party, which is great to bring them in, but you also have to show off your stuff. The thing with Microsoft is they came in with Halo, they came in with Gears, they came in with all these exclusives, you know, and it was very well done for Microsoft, you know, especially how they got blown out last year, and Sony just did everything right, you know, but we'll get into that more soon. Your guys' thoughts on Hitman?
Yeah, it looks good. I played the franchise before, but I'll check it out. It's probably gonna end up in the maybe pile if I get the game.
I like it. Absolution. I played one of my favorite games I played of the Hitman series, so I am curious. But there's nothing that made me go, oh, this gameplay. There was no gameplay.
There was no gameplay. It was
trailers.
All trailer. It was all trailer. And then they tried to lure you in with the whole, oh yeah, it's gonna be better on PS4 and they're gonna have better contracts.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I think the only reason they took Hitman from Square Enix is look at how bad this press conference ended up being.
Oh yeah.
They needed something.
Help!
So
You see, we're trying to be the optimist, and these two are just putting a knife into.
On this one, yeah. I mean, I'm a Sony guy, and wow.
Which one would you play out of the three? The Hitman, The Last Guardian, or
That's how I feel it's going. Like
Yeah.
each game, I'm like, okay, I'd probably play that before I play the other.
No, I have my absolute favorites that are on this list that they demoed and that they showed. Absolutely. But when it comes to Hitman, which is an IP that I've seen before, what they showed me doesn't validate them even showing it to me.
Exactly. Then, of course, we know Street Fighter V.
Yeah, which
Sony, PlayStation 4 and PC exclusive.
I'm very excited for that game.
how could you be?
Get to July 24th.
How could you be?
That's all I can
Have
say.
you played Street Fighter 4?
Yes.
Okay, how slow was that compared to an actual Street Fighter game?
It's slow, but once you learn the combos, you can move it out faster.
No, not in a million
Dude,
years.
play it in a tournament, dude, then come talk to me. It is so much fun.
No, that game is
I'm
so
just-
slow,
I'm
so
just
sluggish compared to an actual Street Fighter
I'm
game.
just excited that they brought Birdie back. He's one of my favorite characters. That caught me off guard, but
I'm just excited. I'm like fighting with Nick for the first time ever.
we're gonna fight this whole.
I hate Street Fighter. I hate the way that the 3D has
We're
gone
going-
on Street
We're
Fighter.
going through the trends. I'm playing Zero Dawn over Street Fighter as well.
What
We'll
were
just
you
continue
saying
that
with the
on.
beta?
July 23rd is the beta date that they announced.
Oh yeah, if you pre-order you get beta access. You know, beta access on Street
On
Fighter.
Street Fighter.
I don't understand that at all, but
That's
Yeah,
like,
you just-
to each
Why
his
everybody else
own.
gets beta access? Why not Street Fighter?
I
what,
mean,
how
what are
much?
you
How
gonna
many
do?
times
Get
do you
two
have to
different
throw in a
characters?
Dukin?
Well, I did get the Smash.
Shoryuken!
I did get the Smash Brothers demo when that came out. but they only gave me like a limited number of times to play it.
Yeah, but that's different because
Okay.
it's Smash Brothers. You know what you're getting with
Fair
Street
point.
Fighter. Smash Brothers, there's always something, you know. Especially from after Brawl, they needed to rectify it.
Yeah.
So that's why they end up.
Why does
doing it.
everybody hate Brawl? I like it.
I don't hate Brawl. It's just the
Everybody
tripping
harps,
and
everybody
everything
harps
like
on it. So.
that. Street Fighter 5, go.
Yeah, I have nothing to add.
Oh, like for the fighting game fans out there, there you go. But no release date again. They're very absent on release dates. Nothing's
Yeah.
really coming out this year if you
Yeah.
really think about it, and
If
that's
you look at it,
scary.
yeah, they're not saying anything about release dates. And even No Man's Sky, which was the next one that they had, he said we're going to talk about the release date, and they still didn't talk about
Yeah.
the release date.
Well, you were very excited about it.
I'm always excited about No Man's Sky, and it's just because, and I'm gonna be a hypocrite right now. It's because of the tech demo that No Man's Sky presents, where it's got such a vast map.
Yeah.
You guys saw that map.
The guy, dude.
The map from GTA 5 is nothing in
Yeah.
comparison to what this map is and what you can play. I mean, he was telling you how there are unexplored parts of this galaxy, and there will remain unexplored parts of this galaxy that they've created. So,
He went to a planet he's never been to.
yeah, he went to a planet he's never been to, and he said, "Congratulations, E3, we just discovered a planet." So, No Man's Sky is going to be one of my go-to games for sandbox. So instead of Minecraft, I'll probably be playing No Man's Sky.
It was nice to see the demo, but again, no release,
No release
date.
date.
Yeah.
I see a pattern coming. What was your thoughts on No Man's Sky?
Again, not a game I probably won't play. I mean, it's great because there's so much you can do down the line. You can explore, you know, so you get aliens that attack you, different things, but it's not, you know, a game I'm looking forward to.
I may pick it up. The game looks beautiful. The like Nick said, the giant map. The how many planets? Like what did you say? 200 hours worth of gameplay.
No,
Possibly?
200 hours worth of gameplay was Witcher. 5.6 billion years worth of gameplay for.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And you're,
So much you
It's
can
got
do,
to keep
man.
your attention, though. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's the problem.
We got an update and you end up not being on the planet you left off at.
I like the trailer. It started off a little slow for me, but it is a very expansive world, and that was amazing to see, and it looks amazing. It's just there's no release date, and it was just a trailer. There wasn't like much to it other than discovering the planet, which was really cool, but I need more.
Well, yeah, exactly. A reason why you're exploring the planet.
Yeah,
all
a
different stuff.
little backstory.
but they should have added more. Everybody's excited for No Man's Sky, and they didn't. They showed a demo, which was great. I'm not mad about that, but they got to show, at least give a time frame. Spring, fall 20, something like that. I mean,
Even just saying like 2016,
Yeah.
you
Put it
know,
out
something
there.
Just
like.
put some
Everybody
kind of
changes
year
it
out
anyway,
there.
so why not?
Exactly. Yes, it doesn't even have to be set in stone. Like stuff gets delayed all the time.
then we get another PlayStation exclusive from Media. I can't-
Media Molecule.
Thank you. I can't even say it. Which I love. They're the Little Big Planet
Yeah, they're
guys.
Little Big
They're
Planet
very, very ingenious, and they come out with dreams.
Yeah, which looks interesting to say the least. I don't know what to make of it. It looks like a game where you create a video for other people to watch, and that's how you play the game. I don't know what to make of it until there's more information of it. I mean, I wrote here, I was like, I don't understand what that was. I really just don't understand what it is. I understand the concept
Did you
that
really
they...
write that?
Yeah, I don't understand whether that was gameplay or cutscenes.
That's great.
I really wrote that. From the guys that brought you Little Big Planet, where you could create everything that they created with the same tools that they used to create it. Now it seems like the creation has become the gameplay, which is making it like not a fun game to play. I don't want to play Microsoft Paint. I don't want to play Corel Painter. I don't want to play Softimage XSI. I want to play a game that is built on those.
I like Media Molecule,
You just really don't like them because you don't know their name.
but and I have faith in them. Little Big Planet was such a fun game, you know, and I trust them. I just wish they were more specific. And they said, I think at Gamescom they're gonna have more on it, but that doesn't help Sony in this E3 conference. Other thoughts on Dreams?
You can definitely tell they're like thinking outside the box, which I applaud them for, but I agree with Nick, you really didn't know what that was or what to make of it, and it's fine if you want to go more in depth later on, but this is E3. This is where you should be coming out guns blazing with this is what we have, this is what it is. To push it off to, oh, we'll get to that later in the year is a missed opportunity.
I totally agree with that, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay, let's move on to Firewatch, which some you've seen for the
Short.
first time.
Short, so.
Short, sweet, to the point.
But I like it. Last year they did a nice demo of it, you know, and it was very interesting, caught my eye. This year not as long, but it's coming to PS4, you know, and I just like how it has a radio that's your way of communication, you know, and you could do all these different things. I love the art style to it. Definitely something to keep your eyes on. Firewatch,
It
definitely.
reminds me of like Dying Light with no zombies.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like the way that he was kind of running around, fixing things, talking back to headquarters, quote unquote. You know, like it just reminded me of Dying Light with no zombies.
You didn't really know what to expect of. You just walk around, just like, oh, who's in your tower, and then it just comes.
Yeah,
off
and
as
then
that.
just
like the suspense.
So
and
who
then-
knows what it's actually
Yeah.
gonna be?
And I
Well, they
believe
did that
she's
last
your only
year.
line of communication or your only interaction with anybody. So
It's cool. I really love the premise of the game.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
And I definitely want to keep your eyes out on Firewatch. That's definitely something that it was nice, sweet, to the point.
And it brought you back into caring about the press conference
Yeah.
a little bit. Like they needed that at this
Mhm.
point. They
Yeah.
needed to bring you back in.
It picked up for
Yeah.
about 2 things, and that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. We then move on to Destiny, the Taken King.
Yes, which is a paid. It looks like a paid expansion.
Expansions.
It's
the
gonna
right
be, it's gotta be paid, and you saw the CD cover there. I doubt that it's gonna be part of the season pass.
Yeah.
Although it should, technically speaking, because it's well within the time frame.
Well, September 15th was the release date.
Well, I mean, could be kind of like Red Dead, where they put out Red Dead Nightmare, and it was cheap, but it was a
Yeah.
disc.
Yeah, I don't
So-
think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be like a $40 disc. I think it will
Yeah,
be
if they keep it
a
at
cheaper
$20
side
or
disc.
so.
What
Did
I'm
you
ex-
enjoy it though?
What I'm
You did
excited
the
about
same
was what I saw. I saw the new subclasses. I saw the new enemies. I saw the new armor. Like it just looked that much better. We're gonna have new enemies in the help me out. What are the underground things from the moon?
thing. Oh,
Yeah, we haven't played that in so
I
long.
can't.
You
Yeah, no, I
remember the
stopped.
names?
I stopped.
that's the thing.
There's the
Th-
Fallen. There was the Hive. You're gonna have whole new Hive enemies that are coming at you, and it looks interesting. It looks like they're gonna shift the entire way that the game is played. So I'm excited for it.
But will
But-
this bring you back to Destiny?
Somebody write this
It
down.
could.
I think it'll bring me back to this.
Yeah, I think
Really?
it could. I
So-
think it could. From what I saw, like with the Warlock
Mhm.
having
Yeah, 'cause
the
now you
arc
got more
building,
stuff you can
now
do.
you have your 3 different abilities that can cause the damage that you need them to cause. So with the Warlock with her arc ability, with the hunter with that bow,
Mhm.
that was what was it? It was Void, a
Yeah.
Void bow, and then the
shower of
the
lightning.
shoulder or soldier. What was it? What was his name? The
The-
Titan with his like warhammer of
Mhm.
fire. Like it just looked good. You know, you finally have your full 3 that you can actually go out there and take on enemies on your own. You don't need a fire team
And you
anymore.
don't gotta sit there and collect armor, and that's
Yeah.
all you're doing.
Definitely a good trailer. Definitely keep that in mind.
Comes
So-
out September 15th,
Yeah.
2015.
So see, and then see, it's probably gonna be a standalone, like we said. And then we move on to Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
We got gameplay. All right.
I wouldn't go
Yeah,
that
A little bit of
far.
gameplay.
We got slight gameplay.
Yeah.
They're still very ishy. Cane Sword, which kind of looks badass. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
That looks cool. Evie was in the gameplay demo, but it's more of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like, give me
I don't
something.
think Sony could afford to waste time on Assassin's Creed after Ubisoft kind of already handled that.
Yeah.
Like
If Ubisoft is coming to the conference, you don't bring up
exactly,
Assassin's
that's
Creed.
their thing.
That was just stupid.
Well, that's how it was Hitman.
God.
Same thing could be about
Yeah.
Square Enix this year. I mean,
If it was a
It's-
better press conference for Sony, I wouldn't have minded so much, but you already are like dropping the ball and then it's like this is rehashing what we just saw literally hours ago.
Well, dropping the ball, you're talking about World of Final Fantasy that's coming out 2016? What the hell was that?
I don't think that that's really dropping the ball because, half of my prediction was right. Get all the characters from Final Fantasy into one game. The other half was make it a fighting game.
There you go.
All right, not some like exploratory. Freaking!
I just had no words for
kid-
that. Yeah, I had no words for that
It
game.
should have been on Wii U. And
Yeah, exactly. I saw that and I was like, okay.
It was like fun. Like Square Enix was looking at what Disney was doing with Infinity and was like, oh, we want something cute and cuddly like that, and then decided to put out this with the character from Kingdom Hearts that's not the main character.
Who was, help me out
Sora's
here.
little thing that like
Roxas.
It was Roxas. Remember, I'm sitting there. I was like, "Oh, look,
It's Titus.
It's Titus," and we're like, "No,
Titus.
it's not.
Titus.
No, it's not. It's not Titus." And I'm just like, "Oh no, you're right. It's Roxas, the guy that everybody forget because he's a nobody."
Yeah.
Well, it is exclusive for PS4 and Vita.
Yeah,
It comes out 2016.
And it comes out 2016.
Yeah.
Again,
Date.
another big date, and it's not coming out this
Yeah.
year. What
It
does
was
Sony have?
it was interesting. I would pick it up because it is a new Final Fantasy game finally, and it's different. But it was weird how you like switch back and forth between a little Teletubby and an actual human being.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know what to call that
Teletubbies are
thing.
probably better.
That's what
Yeah.
they're trying to sell it on that.
I think I
You
watched
can change
A little.
You're gonna get a
Actually, you know what?
freaking
It felt like they were
amiibo,
switching from like a
Final
3D
Fantasy
version of a South Park character, all the way to a regular size, like fully formed character.
He's watching you. What did you say?
All right, but
But then the bane of
then-
my existence
then,
comes
yes.
back.
the
Oh,
biggest
yeah.
announcement I think of the conference.
The biggest. Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, it's the biggest announcement was Final Fantasy VII, the remake, which I thought was a sequel because of the way that they were talking about it. But I forgot that in the story they talk about the darkness coming back. So my mistake. It's a remake, not a sequel.
But at least it looks like, because when you had the remake last year, it was just the original
Yeah,
game.
that's all it was. It was
But
just,
people were complaining, but this looks like it's
this
an
is
actual,
an
remake.
Yeah.
Which makes me go, okay, now I really want to get into this,
Yeah.
because I have never played Final Fantasy
I've
VII
played-
yeah,
the
this
original.
this can get all the people that haven't played Final Fantasy VII
on board.
into Final Fantasy VII, and hopefully without ruining the story. Now the problem is the people that have already played Final Fantasy VII might not be interested in rehashing the story.
But to see this cutscenes and everything, that might just be enough.
Just,
with
I
it.
think the
Watch
tra-
Advent Children if you want to see Cloud the
Yeah,
way that
that's
he was.
I think
you know.
the way they did the trailer was really well done. Just like you saw, like what was it? It says soul, whatever it says on his blade.
Yeah.
First, as soon as I saw him, just like, and here we go again. And then it's him and who was the other guy?
Barrett.
Him walking, you see Barrett's arms, then you see just the big sword and the white hair, and I'm just like, and off to the races one more time.
Yep.
I'll probably get it.
First on
'Cause
PlayStation
it looks,
4.
the graphics look
Bane
amazing.
of my existence, but I'm gonna get it.
But I'm gonna get it.
First
It's
off-
only the bane of his existence because after E3 is done, you and I are going to war.
This, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming up.
Yeah. Ocarina versus Final Fantasy VII. Jeremy versus Nick. I actually am going to be the referee of that, and it's on our channel on YouTube.com.
We'll probably make that video uncensored with the amount of cursing. We're gonna go on with that one.
But the remake's first to PS4 and release date doesn't
None.
exist.
None.
It's coming
No
up,
release
so okay, everybody on the internet is now Final Fantasy VII remake. You gonna tell me when it's coming out?
No.
Although
Here's
I did like the next set of things.
Yeah,
It had some,
the
had
four
some
indie
scenes
games.
on there. I'll give it that.
The Devolver showcase
Some
Yeah.
with like Ronan and
Digital.
Mother
yeah,
Russia
and
bleeds.
Enter, Mother Russia Bleeds, Crossing Souls. It looked like a lot of interesting titles that might be free on PlayStation Network.
Yeah, at the
When
right,
they
at the
come
right,
out.
at the right price.
Yes.
You kind of look at it and say, hey, you know, that's
yeah,
a game
but
that could be interesting.
These were
fun to
really
play.
interesting and intriguing indie games that
And that was it?
That was it.
Usually Sony does more indie.
well, I mean, is Kickstarter indie? So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well,
I think they see how long that Microsoft spent on it too, and like, oh, let's not want everybody to kill us.
but what did you think about the indie games?
I thought some of them did look interesting, but it was good that they kind of like hit them and then like moved on. Just short,
Quick hits,
sweet.
boom, boom.
Exactly, like boom, here you go. Because
Yeah.
again, they could not afford to waste time when they were already treading lightly on the fans' attention.
Well, we'll get to that
Well,
soon at the end
yeah.
too.
Talking about Kickstarter and indies, You're excited. about
Oh
something.
man, I saw this. Shenmue 3 is not officially announced, but it's on Kickstarter now. They need $580,000 to get the game made. I played it back on Dreamcast, and I played it on Saturn. And then I forget when the second one came out in like 2001. It was 99, and 2001 was the second one. And then it's a cult classic. I've been waiting almost 15 years for this game. The fact that we're getting a Kickstarter going, I definitely am going to throw some money towards them just to get that game made.
Since when does E3 promote plugs for Kickstarter?
Never.
That was my problem with this.
This is now the year.
This was a Kickstarter plug, not an actual game
The way this conference went, that's just
Oh, yeah, you
nothing
got-
surprising.
I feel like
today.
they dragged the guy out just for like, okay,
Yeah.
he's here, okay, cool, you can leave the stage now.
Yeah, it
Here's
was
the
2 minutes.
creator. Help us make the game. Give us money. That's basically
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But as soon as I saw the two characters, I'm just like, get the hell out of here. Because I thought we actually had an official game, and then you're like, no, it's Kickstarter. I'm like,
Yep,
Damn it.
Kickstarter. Trudging along because we got a lot of Sony
Oh,
to
my
talk.
goodness.
Post Sony after the we're gonna talk about it. Batman: Arkham Knight comes out next week. Why would they show?
Why?
another
There was no
Ju-
need. It's
literally-
just to
literally
promote
just-
Scarecrow.
that's it.
I
Pretty much
think,
easy way to go.
because it was like the Scarecrow plug that if you go, like you got the exclusive
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
The
pack.
Scarecrow
that-
Nightmare
that's
mission.
pretty
That's
much
the
all
he's
whole
telling you.
plug. That's all it was.
First person shooting in Batman. I was like, okay, I hope you do it right, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a cool scene, but I understand where they're coming from, but they could have said, a quick thing being like, don't forget Batman comes out next week, this is what
You've
it
already
has.
plugged the shit out of the
Like
game.
there's
now.
no,
Exactly.
there's no need for it because everybody knows Batman Arkham Knight is coming out next week.
It's one of the.
Why would you ever put that in your E3
Yeah,
conference?
no need for it.
Everybody is looking forward to that game.
And if you're not, you're stupid.
Yeah, if you're not, you haven't played any of the
Yeah.
you haven't played any Arkham game at all. So I don't know. And then after that, I'll let everybody else speak.
Well, does anybody have
There's not
anything
much
left
more
to
cover
say
about
about
it.
No,
Outside of
no,
that,
no,
why
no,
is it done?
Yeah.
Are you excited for Batman? Yes. Okay, you're gonna
But
get
you
the game.
already were excited for
Yeah,
Batman.
exactly.
You were excited
you
for
didn't
Batman
pique anybody's interest by
before you
showing
were excited for
Scarecrow now.
You didn't
this
recruit
year.
any new people. People have probably already have it pre-ordered by the time they watch
they
it.
Yes,
do.
They do,
exactly.
of course. And the interesting thing is, if anybody noticed, no Batman was in there,
No.
No.
and they showed Joker just to have a little bit of, hey, it's the Joker, and then
basically what I'm thinking of doing with just those missions, if you do get them, it'll put like a little bit at the beginning, like Arkham City ended here. You do the missions to lead into Arkham Knight. That's what I got out of it.
Possibly.
That's
I don't know.
Nah.
And then we get our tech demo
A week, you
Yeah.
can stream it.
right in the middle of all of our games. It's just, hey, by the way, we want to push the boundaries.
VR, Morpheus.
VR with Morpheus.
I'm surprised. I expected it to be longer. I did
Morpheus,
not,
you mean?
yeah, I
Yeah,
expected them to have like
much more.
a good 10-15 minutes on it.
It seems like they were like, oh yeah, we're having this kind of problem with building a game for Morpheus. And then they're like, but we solved it and we're not gonna show you. And then they're like, and then we have PS View.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of like just threw it to the side and was like, we have these kind of problems in solving the problem with Morpheus, and then we have a game that works for it, and we'll give you the title of the game, but we're not going to show you much about it. And then we got 2 more games, and we'll give you the titles, but you're not going to really see anything. And then have we told you about PS View?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Spotify. They
Yeah.
went right to those.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they announced Rigged 3 vs 3 futuristic, and that was it. And then, yeah, like you said, they went to PS View, which you can get a discounted rate if you're a
If you're a
PlayStation
PS Plus member, and if you happen to
Same
live
thing
in
for
Los
everything else.
Angeles,
Yep.
Yeah.
or San Francisco, or New
Chicago.
York, or Chicago,
And there's one other.
and there was somewhere else.
There's-
No,
Then it-
Philly.
Philly?
Then it's available.
Yeah, then it's available to you. It's their television service, and their big plug there was,
The solo channels.
you can actually subscribe to single channels, which you can't do with cable providers. You can only subscribe to packs.
Well,
You never
Verizon's
know,
doing
2
that
years
now.
down the line, it might be something useful. Today,
Yeah.
no.
Verizon Fios is planning on doing something like that where you can select the channels, which is a cool thing. But you have to remember, Apple tried this a couple years ago and that failed. So
Yeah,
you're
but
telling me PlayStation's gonna be different?
PlayStation already has the infrastructure in place. They already have the consoles everywhere. Apple, you have to go out and buy this little box that does nothing other than play TV on your television.
Yeah,
Whereas PlayStation, you already have the PlayStation because you're playing the video games.
But outside
That's
of
very
basic
true.
cable channels, you got Hulu, you got
Yeah.
all those other things.
Netflix,
So
all that.
how much do you
But-
really need?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. I mean, once
It
you
was
get
it was more media heavy for PlayStation 4. I mean, but then comes something that was unexpected because usually Microsoft has those Call of Duties every year, and Microsoft
by the time
didn't
Sony
have it.
came up, it was expected.
Yeah. Once nobody heard anything from Call of Duty, everybody knew it was going to be at the press conference for Sony, and they did. And
Well,
it was all right.
here's the thing. I think they were thinking that maybe this is what was going to save their conference between that and Uncharted. That, oh, look, we got Call of Duty, we have Uncharted, we'll wow everybody with that. It didn't make up for the lackluster
Yeah, it's
middle part of it.
PlayStation 4 first map packs they get. I mean, beta.
I mean,
You get like
the co-op campaign was kind of cool,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
you know, a lot of people just play it for multiplayer. So
The thing, but I like a single player Call of Duty, as you know. You know, I play the multiplayer, but I enjoy the single player campaign of Call of Duty. And it just, I was like,
I played the intro
Eh.
mission, and that was it.
yeah,
Now,
it was just,
now what I'm buying the game for.
like Black Ops, I was a fan of, but this did not hit me well. I don't know what it is with these shooters. I don't know if Doom was the one to make me have a fangasm.
I think what it is that since I finally saw the preview for Doom, Doom put something added that you don't get in a lot of shooters. And it's something that I've been saying consistently. Until these shooters bring something that's added besides me just pointing and clicking, I'm not going to be interested in them. And Doom brought that, something else, something better, you know? Just like Gears of War has your rifle with your chainsaw. Doom brought that where you're just using your chainsaw, and every time you use it, you're getting a visceral kind of kill. So I think Doom brought their A game in that regard, where it's a first person shooter, but it's something more than